But I got another question, and you're the perfect person to ask, so I'm really glad you're here today. In the world of music, I was curious as to what styles do Texans claim musically? You know, you've got country music, and I know that you are a proponent for what you would consider authentic old school country. But you mentioned in a video that we just shot, you were talking about red dirt, and then I know that our buddy Don Edwards over here a couple miles away, he's very, very serious about keeping up like the old cattle drive songs, the authentic version of that. What are the different styles of music that you could identify that you think are particularly Texan, Mack? This is your area of expertise.
Well, I would say on the country side that we had Bob Wills, which pretty much set the stage for swing music.
Right.
And then when you get on to modern music, George Strait says it all. I mean, how many people got that many number one records? I guess I'm a little old school. When I think about rock and roll, I think about ZZ Top and Stevie Ray. And
right.
I think it pretty much says the tone for Texas about rock and roll.
Right.
But we also have some great blues players. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
they do. But I don't know how, I'm probably not the guy to answer that. I know when I was in Europe on a tour, that everywhere I went, it was quite evident that they knew we were from Texas. And I don't know exactly why that is. Most of the guys on the tour were from California, and they finally had to bolt the license plate down on my tour bus, but they never touched the license plate for California. They just wanted the one from Texas. So I don't know what to tell you about that.
That makes sense, buddy. I think it does.
Texas,
Yeah.
Texas is blessed to have so many types of music. You know, I mean, they really do. But when people talk about cowboys, they talk about Bob Wills and George Strait. And that's how that goes.
So
There's another fella called Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
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 Willie.
So
Yeah.
how would you define Willie's style? Is he kind of got his own thing going there?
Straight.
Yes. I used to go see Willie when I was in high school. And right of west on I-35, there's a little place. It was called the Night Owl. And it was about a quarter size of the Horny Toad.
Uh-huh.
And Margie ran the place, and when Willie came to play, they took the pool cue up because you were going to sit and listen.
No bull.
And,
You got to listen.
Those days, he was doing crazy and nightlife songs like that. But Willie is a terrifically intelligent musician, and he reinvents himself with the times. And Tom Brumley and I were down at Willie's time. One of his daughters was getting married. And I was just kind of more or less in the way, just to tell you the truth, but I was invited. But a girl that I knew was Willie's personal secretary, and she came over there and got, I mean, there's lots of people there, and she said, "Come here, somebody wants to talk to you." So I went over, and it was Willie. And back in the old days, Willie played in Bobby's husband's band, Bud Fletcher, in the Texan. His sister, the one who plays piano for him. And I had a cousin who was a steel guitar player, and they knew one another. And every now and then when he'd ask about, how my cousin was doing. I got ready to go. We were fixing to play his picnic. That's what we're doing. And he said, "I want to tell you a couple things." And so, I was raised not too far from where he grew up at Abbott. He said, "If you ever forget where you come from, you will never know when you get to where you're going." But he said, "The main thing I want you to remember is that there are a lot of great singers. There's some great pickers, great songwriters. But he said, you remember this, there are very few entertainers, and that's what we get paid for." and I had tried to stick with that. I'm not one that sticks my finger in the wind to see which way the music is blowing. You know, I think if you write songs, you have to know what you them. And I have some Disney friends that just get so out of shape, it's unreal. When I tell them I don't listen to the radio much. When I get a chance to be going somewhere, well, if that radio's on, don't have the ability to think. You know,
I'm with you.
You're not any better songwriter than I am. You have to think a lot. But you know what? Anyway, that's.
I'm glad you said that,
That's
Mack,
pretty much
because
it is about Willie.
that.
Constantly reinventing himself.
Do you? If you sound like me, Mack, because I do a lot of songwriting driving. In my mind, I concentrate, I turn the radio, and the longer, the straighter the drive, the better. That's why Texas is a great place to songwrite, everybody.
That is, and
really
the only
is.
drawback is it can cause divorce, or they mess up the harmony, because my wife wants to play the radio when we're going somewhere, and if she's driving, she thinks that she is in command, and I will be trying to write something and listen to that radio, and she will look over at me and say, "Okay, Grandma, what are you talking about?" Because I'm just sitting there, trying to do all this stuff in my head, But it can cause it. I wouldn't say it gets so far to cause a divorce. I'll turn the radio back on before that happens.
Right.
All right, I got an assignment for you, Mack. Why don't you do me a favor, and why don't you give Deb, our friend in Spain, give her a name of some artist that she can pull up on YouTube and maybe find some music and listen to that you think this is the kind of music I want people to think of when they think of Texas. Do you have any names? It could be old school. It could be more recent. I mean, obviously, she could pull your name up. That would work. But, I mean, do you have a name of an artist that you would recommend to someone in Europe?
Yeah, look up "Asleep at the Wheel," Ray Benson. Look up Ray.
Hey, Deb, have you ever heard of that, Deb? "Asleep at the Wheel"? Have you ever heard that?
No, I've heard of Willie Nelson, though.
Yes, you have. But "Asleep at the Wheel," you need to look that up and watch and listen, okay?
And Mack, you said Ray Benson?
Ray Benson?
Yes.
Ray Benson's about 7 foot tall and a big, deep voice, and he's
Yeah,
very
that's cool.
entertaining.
There you go. There's some advice for you. There's a guy there telling you that he knows. Mack knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.